Hi, Melody here, and today we're going to talk about comparing high level to keep specifically on the email builder and how you create campaigns, automations, or broadcasts in both of those different platforms. You might be looking at moving from keep to high level or just looking at exploring the differences between the two because you're trying to choose between the two options. Today we're going to go through the differences between them, what I love about each and what I hate about each, so you can make the best decision possible. All right, let's get started here. So first, we're going to start off with Keep. I've been a Keep partner for over 10 years now. It is my bread and butter, and we are a little bit newer to go high level, but I am loving it. So we'll start with Keep, the past, one might say, and then we'll be moving to go high level. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Dun, 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 dun. I'm actually on high level already. We're going to start with the Keep campaign builder. And this is a blank canvas where I haven't put anything on here, but we're going to go through and compare out the two different types of automation canvases of like how campaign builder works in Keep and then how what they call automations work within Go High Level. That will be another video. Please do subscribe or look at the channel if you're looking for that one. Today, we're going to talk specifically about emails, maybe with a little bit of touch on like just how they function a little bit differently. So within the Keep campaign builder, you're going to drag out a sequence. And then within those sequences is where you actually have the emails. Now, they recently upgraded from the legacy email builder to this new email builder. Now, I personally much prefer the legacy, and this is like even like a super legacy builder. I preferred that builder for the main reason that this was one click to update an email. Builder's not great, honestly, but it was a lot easier to use. Now they have the upgraded builder, which is over here. And the challenge that I have with this is, I run a team and every click counts. And in order to go through this, you have to click through 3 or 4 different stages, and it just takes a lot longer to build emails. So with this, you go through, you edit who it's sending from, you edit the subject line here, and then you go to the audience, and then you create your content. Now, hopefully it'll let me, I have to add a subject line. This is a subject. I hate how it forces me to do these things. It's just not very intuitive, I find. So we're gonna create the content now. I do this is a nice upgrade with the different templates and that you can have a template or start from scratch potentially. Hopefully it will load. Maybe, potentially. I'm gonna see if I can maybe load one of my templates. These are way old. Let's see if I can find one that is more of our marketing email. So apparently this is the old. I'm going to convert it to the new experience now, just to kind of show you what the builder looks like within Keep. So their builder fairly basic. You have the logo up here, and then the different buttons, and then I have my signature as well. As far as what we can do, column, signature, button, text, heading, image, video, social. And then they do, I think this is actually new. I haven't seen this yet, but the timer functionality, I think, is a fairly new update. So yay, Keep, you've added an update. It's great. And then you do have the blocks section. It's kind of cool. They have the different blocks that you can do here, body, images, and uploads. Interesting, this audit thing. Huh. This is a little bit of an old email. So this is the campaign automation builder within Keep. There are 2 different ways you can send out emails, both within Keep and also within High Level. One of them is an automated campaign email. The other one is a manually, I want to send to this group of contacts. With the I want to send to this group of contacts, you can send now, you can send later in both systems. So this is the automation campaign version of emails. In Keep, if you want to send out what we would call a broadcast within Keep, but is a campaign within Go High Level, because let's, keep it simple, keep all the things the same. Yeah. Within Keep, if you want to send out a broadcast email, you'd either do your search and then highlight all your contacts to which you want to send the broadcast, or you go under their options here and go email broadcast and you go create broadcast here. So I'm just going to do this to walk this through together. Same idea of what they're doing here. You have to add that subject line. This is a subject. And then you want to add an audience. I think it's going to force me to add an audience. Let's just choose a random group. Cool. Save. Okay. That didn't work. Let's try this one. I'm just trying to test it. And then we go edit. And then it walks you through the same process here for how you would then update this as well of what the template would need for sending out that email. Now, let's switch over to go high level. Now, there's some nuance with working with emails to go high level as well that I've realized. With go high level, in the left-hand side, you have marketing and then there's emails. There are two types of emails. You have workflow emails and then email campaigns. And it's interesting that they call them automations on the left-hand side, but essentially, like the workflows are the automations. Why they can't just stick to one name, I don't know. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. So these are the workflows, and you'll see like it matches up from my, you can load. I believe in you. Please. All right. It's time for a sip of coffee, but hopefully it'll load up. Ah, look at that. So you can see that the workflows here are should be the same, but they're not from the ones on my other section. So appointment no show. I think it's because so you see they have what do you call them? Category folders, sorry, words escaping me, difficult. They have folders within the functionality of looking at all workflows, which is honestly an improvement from Keep. Like you can categorize campaigns within Keep, but you can't put them in folders, which has been an organizational pain point for me of working with it for the last little while. But I do like that. But you can see like it's the same ones that are showing up here are in the automation section here. So let's just go into one of these that I haven't set up yet, and we'll take a quick look at the workflow builder. I do want to do a much more in-depth comparison out of the Keep campaigns as opposed to the high-level automations. There's things that I love, maybe just because I've been working with Keep for 12 years, but there's things that I really love about the Keep campaigns, but there's also some things I really, really love about the high-level automations functionality too. So I want to do a really in-depth video on that to really explain out the nuance of both of those. All right, I'm going to enable autosave. This seems like a great option. Um, I'm going to try not to delve into it too much, but one of the things I do love about the workflows within high level is that you can see who else is working on it, which I think is really cool. But focused. We are going to stay focused with this. We are talking about emails. So hopefully there's an email in here that I can look at. And I think it might be good just to like do a new one so you can see like, okay, hey, like this is how you set up a new email. You go here, do an email. I haven't loved like you have to put the from in the email in there. Now, based on what I know so far, is I think if I go into settings and I put like this in here that it should automatically add it going forward. It's like with every technology is a lot like people. Like there's things that you love and you hate about it. You just need to appreciate that as you get more familiar with the tech, you're going to learn about how it snores sometimes or chews with its mouth open. But it's like, how can you speed up that process as much as possible so that you know what you're getting into? It's like, you want to date for a little while before you fully commit to marriage. And when you're thinking about a CRM tool and committing to that, it very much is a marriage. Like replatforming is painful. We've been going through this experience moving people from Keep to high level, and there's benefits to it because you kind of clear house like when you're moving houses or whatever, but it's still a fairly painful experience regardless. All right, so I'm going to set this up and let's go back to workflows and just test it. Oh, I I got out of my workflow. That makes me sad. What one was I on? I'm pretty sure I was on this one. Well, there you go, little nuance. Oh, maybe I wasn't, but let's set this up here too, and we'll go with it. Yeah, this will be fun. And we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna do my from number. Now, this time I'm not gonna go back to workflows. Don't do that. I'm gonna go back to builder, and then we're gonna add an email over here for funsies. So it still didn't populate. It's interesting. It still didn't populate the from name. Maybe it's because it's not, but it says it's saved. I don't know. I do like that you can name them here. I'm just gonna put confirmation email. I'm a big fan of organization. No matter what CRM or thing that you're working on, organization is the superpower that gets more done with less. If you're having to find things or you can't find things, your team can't find things, it's not the tool, it's you. I'm sorry, but it's you. And organization is what really helps us with that. So I'm just gonna go in and do my thing here. And then the from email, I'll do Melodie at Business Tech Ninjas. Ideally, spell my own domain name right would be great. And so this is where Go High Level is a bit different. You can select a template here. And you can also just create the message right within the automation builder. And I think this is a really interesting choice on Go High Level's part because there's kind of like two different spots you can create emails, which is what I really wanted to get at with this video, sorry. You can create them directly within the workflow here, but it's a fairly basic builder. The other portion of where you can create emails is within this section, you can go to, where are my templates? There we are. So under weirdly, like if you go to workflows, maybe it just wasn't quite there. If you go to templates, then you can add new templates here and you go add new. So you can create a template from an existing campaign, email marketing templates. So there's like general ones or a blank template. I want to just start with the blank one just to kind of show you what that is, what that experience is like. And now we have a coffee break. So this is from scratch, and honestly, it's not the greatest. I kind of regret not using one of their pre-done ones now that I look at it. But just like right out of the box, there's so many more options that they have of what you can do, like shopping cart, FAQ, preview URL. I love this preview URL because we are an agency, and oftentimes we're sending out emails for clients to review. Having that preview URL means I can just like give them a link and they can view it and let us know if they need any changes on it and different things. I love these like layout options are a lot more in depth as well. And let's just go and look at one that maybe is more pre-done because I don't think that gives like the best example of something that is a nice template. So let's look at their email marketing templates and let's even compare out like these templates back to Keap. Let's go back to Keap. Like these are the Keap templates, and they're kind of 90s if I look at them. Whereas if I look at these ones, it's not vastly different, but and I wish I could tell you like this is why this seems more up to date than the other one, but these do seem like they're more designed for the 2000s at the very least. As where like when I look at this, there's just like a style of a boxiness that and maybe it's just even the way that they've displayed them in the gallery. Like this is a very 80s, 90s design. This is a very 80s, 90s design. Like some of these ones are a bit better of like what I would consider up-to-date design, but a lot of these just seem very dated. For whatever reason, this just seems very dated. And I don't know specifically what it is. I'm just like, if that email came in, I'd be like, are these people from the 90s? Maybe. I don't know. So let's go back here. And if we look at some of their templates, just like a lot better. It's just better. Let's go. I like donuts. Let's do the donuts one. Oh, it's adding my template and fetching my color palette. Ooh, fancy. So fancy. And then we take a sip of coffee. What really drives automation is coffee and copious amounts of it. So you have their builder here. So we have donuts, sweeten your day. And, just a note on emails in general, like generally you're going to get the best deliverability no matter what email platform you use just by doing plain text. But a lot of people do like the branded ones. Now, our rule of thumb and best practice is you do a combination of both. And just be mindful, again, coming back to organization of this is a context where a branded email makes more sense. This is a context where a plain text email makes more sense. And don't try to hide the fact that emails are automated. I think it just comes off as disingenuous when you do that, especially if you are using that plain text one. Some people will not see it. People like myself, it really bothers me when people try to make it look like it's a personal email when it's very clearly automated if you know what you're doing. And I think it just comes off as disingenuous. Um, so it's a fairly good builder. They have the social options here, a footer option. The video thing is pretty cool. Now, a lot of people, like, the question I get is like, can you actually embed the video in here? I still don't think that that is true. I can find a URL, but generally what's going to happen is if you have a video embed, you're going to put that video code there. It's going to pull that thumbnail. When people click on it, it will open up in a new window, which oftentimes is less work than what we'd have to do on Keep, where you have to manually get that image. It's kind of cool that they have this like button opacity thing on here too, which I really like. Let's go back and look at some of our other options. Products. This is cool. Now, keep in mind the products will only work for products you actually have within Go High Level, but the fact that this is integrated here is just so nice. I think that's really, really cool. They have their countdown one that Keep apparently has now, the review plugin. Because they have reviews built right within the platform, they can do this kind of stuff, which I think is great. Do be mindful, like from a deliverability standpoint, the more links you put in an email, the less good your deliverability is of landing in inboxes, no matter your platform. It doesn't matter if you're on Go High Level, if you're on Keep, if you're on ActiveCampaign or HubSpot or ConvertKit or whatever your fancy is, shall we say. Let's go back and do another one here. And then they have the limits. This is one of my favorite. Like I love the like image and text functionality. I know it seems really simple, but there was a long time, like years ago, like doing something like this was so hard that I definitely love it now. And I love that they have like these different content layouts. Like this is just a much better user experience for me as I'm going through this of creating these emails than when I'm looking at creating the emails through Keep. And keeping in mind, like I run a marketing agency, so we get paid for hours. And for our clients, it's like, okay, can my team get more done for you in an hour than a VA that you pay a quarter of the cost? And so when I'm looking at the different tools that we're looking at, it's like, how quickly can I move the needle forward for a client? And when a tool doesn't makes it harder for me to be able to do that, like Keep, their upgrade of their email service has made it harder for us to get our work done. So when we're evaluating different tools, we're always looking at that, like what's the tool that's going to help us get work done consistently better and faster and more efficiently than we can with other ones. And this is part of the reason why I am moving more towards Go High Level at this point, or otherwise known as High Level now, is because it's just much more intuitive. And I see them advancing the platform really readily, which gives me pause of like, okay, I think this is a solid tool to invest in. Like even like this test email functionality here. You do need to keep in mind a couple different things with Go High Level though. Of with the templates, one thing that I do love about the templates is, let's just choose one here. You can edit this, and it's like a little bit weird of how the edits work. Of you can One, I love this, like you can save it as a new template here and you can save on this level, but just like the saving back and forth, in theory, what in my mind should happen is that if I save it either in the automation builder or in the templates, it should affect all of the templates if they're populated anywhere. I haven't There's a little bit of like misclarity on that of whether it actually works like that or not. I've seen some evidence that yes, it does, and some evidence that yes, no, it doesn't. So just be cautious of that, of just to test and make sure, Go High Level is constantly advancing. So by the time you watch this video, it might have been fixed, it might be different, I don't know. But just something to definitely keep in mind here with how those work. And I'll do a video of just managing, like we manage a lot of clients who send out weekly emails, and they have them scheduled out for like they have a year's worth of content, which is something that we recommend because you do that year over year. Instead of creating new emails every year, you should be updating and optimizing the ones you did last year and just incrementally improving them versus starting from scratch each year. But when we're first implementing those emails, having that base level template and then maybe saving that template as like the October email, the October first week email, October second week email, just saves them a lot of time too. So just some caution there of as you're using the Keep or the Go High Level email builder to just keep in mind there. Overall, like I am fully invested in moving our stuff personally as a business to high level, and we're heavy deep in helping people transition from Keep over to go high level. And if you're in that market, a couple words of advice of one, it's like learning a different language. You are English and you are now learning Japanese. Don't do it so that it's like you're trying to recreate what you'd have in Keep in high level. It's a translation, and you want to utilize the best parts of Go High Level to do what it does best, not the limitations of Keep that you're now transferring over to this new system. And that applies with any CRM change of they accomplish the same things, but they do it in slightly different ways. So you really want to have a good translator between the two so that you're not pulling over trash from one system to the other, and you're setting yourself up with a solid foundation in that next system, because the tool is only as good as how you use it. And that's really why you want to rely on technologists, not people who have learned just by going online or somewhere else. Like, technologists are the people that make the technology work for you, and that's what we do at Business Tech Ninjas. So if you're looking for help, we're here. This is what we love to do. You can oftentimes find me on a Friday night taking some certification or digging into some level of automation, because when technology is done well, it's real, real fun. So thanks for watching. If you do have any questions, you can comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for lots more awesome technologist content to come.